Show.
Yo.
On Real 92.3.
Giveon is on the Cruz Show. Let's go. Welcome, my man.
That mix was amazing.
Yeah. Shout out
That
to
was
DJ
fire.
Nico Blitz right there. He did that for you, man.
That was
Got you, man. Big fan.
You picked some good ones too.
Come on, man.
Right,
I love
right.
R&B.
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from the Bay, San Francisco.
yeah.
But he's also Filipino, so they're into karaoke. They're into R&B.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, Filipinos love R&B and Filipinos love Giveon. And
No, I'm
music.
from Long Beach. I have a lot of Filipino friends. But their last, it was funny. I didn't know they were Filipino till they told me because their last name it's like Spanish.
Fernandez.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Fernandez. And, right.
Dominguez and
Nah, for sure. Yeah, growing up Eastside Long Beach, yeah, you're friends with Mexicans, Cambodians,
Everybody.
Filipinos,
Yeah.
right? It's a melting pot of people out there. Eastside Long Beach ain't no joke, though. And some of the best music, some of the best rappers, some of the best sounds came out of Long Beach and Eastside
I think
Long
just
Beach.
like some of the best art in general comes out of just painful situations that you kind of have to turn into art to cope, kind of.
That's right. That's right.
Even if you go even further back into just soul music, they were literally singing about like war.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That was happening outside of their window.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Nah,
I was
for
like,
sure.
damn.
Yeah. Also, some of the worst parking ever is in Long Beach,
Oh, my God.
especially
Yeah.
Eastside Long Beach.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Like
They-
double
they know what
parking
they're
is a
doing.
standard.
Yeah, they know that there was a point where people would overnight park their car in the middle of the street.
That's right.
So it's just like, but everyone had to do it because it's like you can't tell all of us. You know what I mean?
How are you gonna get in?
Like, just the ones on the ends, right?
We a unity.
Yeah,
you know?
we're a unity, and we're gonna figure this out if one of us has to leave early. That's right. Listen, Giveon, welcome to the show. One of us in this room right now, besides your team, one of us on this show has your phone number. Can you guess who it is?
Besides my team,
Yep. Myself, Jackie Ramirez, Nico Blitz, Jeff Garcia, the sports dude. Jordan, behind the camera.
you.
I do exactly. I do actually have your phone number. Can you confirm? Can you just confirm really quick?
Don't say it out
I'm
loud.
not gonna
Just
say
show
it
to
out
him.
loud.
Okay. I'm sure he's changed it since then.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you? Okay.
All right, yo.
Did I give it to you?
You gave it to him, and you never returned his text.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
You want to
Yeah,
know
I
the
was
story?
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
But you know, it's all. So you want to know the story behind this?
Yeah.
So
Wait,
it
is
was-
it a good story?
It's a good story.
Okay,
It's a
good.
good story. You may or may not have been inebriated, so I don't know. But it was the top of 2020. It was at the Snow Allegra concert. So we were in,
In
the
LA,
VIP.
the Wiltern?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So we were kind of in the VIP section. I believe LeBron James was in attendance
Yeah.
there as well.
Yeah.
And so I noticed you, and I was like, yo, bro, like, I'm a big fan, and I'd love to interview you someday. You're like, yeah, for sure. Take my number down. I got your number. I text you the next day, and no response. And I was like, damn, man.
Yo.
But it wasn't
Yeah,
pandemic. It
to
wasn't
be
start.
fair, to be
But
fair.
it's all love. It's all
It
love.
was. That means I was on tour too. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
opening for Snow, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that was
so
a
you're very
Wilton, yeah.
busy.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's all right, man.
busy.
You're here now.
Should have sent that mix.
Hey, man, I
I would've
wasn't as
called
good
you.
back then as I am now.
I would have called you, bro.
Like, yo, bro, that mix is crazy, dog. That's right. But you don't know what he wants, right? You don't know this guy. You just give him your number to shoo him away, right?
2020, yeah, you were early.
Yeah, hella early, bro. Because
Early.
I'm telling you, like, I would dig so deep into R&B, and you know, like Long Beach is kind of like the backyard to over here too. So
Yeah.
it was like, you know, I just was exposed to all the artists. Your name always popped up, and I was happy.
Oh,
to
you're
have met you
already
back
working? You're already here?
then. Yeah, I was actually. Yeah.
Were you on the street team here?
No, I was with Kevin Head.
Oh, you were already on
What's
the air.
street team?
Yeah.
What is
street
that?
team, they're like the promotional team. They go
Yeah.
out and they hang up banners and set up
Oh,
tables and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
we go to like a random like Vallarta supermarket.
Oh, what?
A Vallarta, like a supermarket.
Oh, yeah.
And like we just set up a tent and we just give out free shit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Spin the wheel for a prize.
Yeah.
Like maybe a lanyard type of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
No,
Yeah,
I've seen it.
There you go. You want to be on the street team? We got you. We'll put you
depends
on.
on how this year goes. Depending on how it goes.
Nah, 20 sounds amazing. It looks great. The video is great. Love
Thank
the
you.
minimal look to it, but it has that intent. It's very strong, right? It tells a story.
Mm-hmm.
See it in the background here. But with 20s, I'm sure there's an album on the way. There's a tour on the way, right? I know.
Yeah, everything's on the way.
Everything.
I won't say the specific dates, but
Yeah.
it's soon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still thinking about doing interior design?
How you know that? I told you. You asked me that. No, you, Nico, in 2020.
Oh no, I didn't ask you. That's what
Nah. Yeah. I mean, I'm just a fan of just art, aesthetic, and anything that I do on my free time just for fun. I could see myself at some point venturing off and doing that. But it's not high on a priority list for sure though.
I feel it. Yeah. Like something to like lean back on or.
I just like it because sometimes it's the same approach I had with music. A lot of I really got into writing specific songs and stories because it wasn't exactly what I was trying to hear. So if there's like a cool chair or something that I can't find, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna just make it.
That's right.
And then sometimes I notice when people would come over, they'll be like, oh, where's that from?
It becomes a conversation piece.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, maybe somebody else wants it.
That's right.
So.
Very dope. So you've designed furniture, like your own furniture?
Well, I've designed things that are custom to me, and someone asks me, where is that from? And I'm like, oh, no, this is just mine.
Yeah, it's a one-on-one.
It's a one-on-one.
This is a Giveon.
Like certain clothes or tank tops or stuff that I'll get like 6 of them made, and someone's like, that's a nice tank top. Where's that from?
Wow.
I'm like, oh, no, this is just.
It's all me right here.
Yeah.
It's one-on-one.
Mine too, yeah.
Can you describe writing a song in a few words?
In a few words? The process or just...
Sure.
I could probably not in a few words, but I could give you the full rundown. So I like everything to be almost autobiographical, just like honest. So it starts with something as simple as just a round table or a conversation like this, and we just talking, and then something to come up, and then I'll just kind of harp on whatever it is that is, and I'm like, I'm gonna write a song about that.
It's like hearing good tea, good gossip, right? Like there's a song in there. There's a song in there.
I say that
there's
all the
music
time.
and tea, right?
I'd be like, that's a song. Especially if it's like, my favorite thing is if I come to someone saying something and they're like, me too. I'm like, oh yeah, so this is going to be I'm not going to be the only one that feel this way.
Right,
So,
yeah.
But also another thing is like, I treat it as almost therapeutic. So some songs I'll never release just because it's just too personal. Yeah.
Whoa.
Like there's too much of a story.
So at that point, it's a journal entry.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a point that you could get to where you decide to release that and allow people to judge it and sing it?
Yeah, see, I don't know. But I've done it a couple times, and it like 20s was one of those songs. For a couple reasons, yeah.
It does sound like you have a lump in your throat. Or it feels that way.
But I think it was just like a build-up, too, because I've probably felt that way when I was 22, and then I never said anything. And then I felt that way when I was 25, never said it. 28. So it's just this build-up, and then I think it was just like a release. But then I was like, I feel like people should hear this.
Right. Give it to the world, man.
Yeah.
Let them have it.
Is there a set of songs that has a storyline that your fans may not know? Like if there's a continuation with certain songs?
Yes, but they wouldn't know because it's like they have different sounds. So I dropped my EP Take Time, and then I released When It's All Said and Done, which was like 3 or 4 songs. That's all like one storyline. All 4 of those songs. So Still Your Best, Stuck on You. That's pretty much the same song. It's just different parts of the
fire.
same song.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Still Your Best. Kind of toxic, but fire.
But it was more so like
Yeah.
No way around that one.
It's toxic, bro. I don't care how. Listen, you have the voice of an angel, still toxic.
I was about to break that motherfucker down.
Scarred as well. Scarred, very beautiful, but toxic as fuck.
Yeah, because it's like we mentioned journal entries, right? Sometimes I'll go back to a journal entry and be like, what were you talking about? So some songs could be like, almost like, you don't need to say all that, but it's just how I felt in a moment.
Yeah.
100%. I could not feel that way in an hour.
Well, we're always evolving too as people, as artists, right? Favorite mistake is one of those as well. Put that on the list.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You know?
It's one of them ones.
One of them put them.
He said, "I plead the fifth."
No, that's that one. Like, yeah, that's right.
It's so funny with music. If you know how to write a song,
God, I wish I knew how.
And can stay in key and all the things, you could be very, very honest. Because I feel like some spaces you can't be brutally honest. So music will always be such a refreshing outlet because I can be 100% honest without sugarcoating anything.
That's right. That's right. You know, I view like R&B, true R&B music, like music you do, where it comes from. It's a lot like comedy in the sense that it has to come from a very honest place for it to be good and for it to transcend and to connect. It has to come from almost a place of insanity or hurt.
Yeah, that's so funny you reference comedy because that's one of my favorite like crafts ever. Like even the way my live shows, the way I try to navigate.
I've seen it
between songs.
Yeah,
it's like almost like the pace of a comic because that's how Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and the Rat Pack, they're actually very funny.
Extremely funny, and they would talk to the crowd and make them laugh in between songs, make them cry and make them think.
Yeah. Because some of the songs are so serious that you want to keep the emotion just like ebb and flow, not just like because they ain't get all dressed up to just let their mascara run.
Nah, 100%. Yeah, if you're gonna do Vegas, you got to be on the strip.
You got to
You got to live with the devil, man.
But I do love the show business of it because when I went and seen just like I love comedy, magic. Music.
Magic?
To watch, yeah. I just went and seen Chris Angel there.
That's right.
Chris Angel Mind Freak.
Nah,
That's
dude's a
the
legend.
name, bro.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
a
not going to lie,
You
bro.
remember that show?
I'm a sucker for magic, for real.
Yeah, it's nice.
You remember the episode where he cut that woman in half, dog?
on
A&E.
Yep.
Yes.
I watched all those episodes.
I don't know why. I was
It's just-
addicted to it.
Yeah.
I've
I'm
seen
not
him
going to lie.
live,
You
too.
put a hat on you, you look like a magician, low key.
Come on.
Let's go. You can make it
somebody
appear right now.
disappear.
That's right. Yo, there is a performance of you at that outdoor festival where it seems like the whole world was in attendance.
In London, yep.
It's in London, and you're singing Heartbreak Anniversary, and everyone is singing every single word, every single note. That's dubbed as the loudest crowd ever and one of the best performances of all time. Does that freak you out?
Oof. Nah, because I think it was like all of us there made it one of those. It would freak me out if just me on stage singing with wine and just looking kind of. But I think seeing the crowd and the energy they were giving me, I think people love that too.
100%.
Yeah.
When you watch that video, right? It's almost like when you watch Freddie Mercury at Live Aid.
That's the thing. I was like, oh, do I have one of these?
You have one.
Like,
you have one. Give it up for Giveon. He has one.
You know those compilations? Like DMX has a crazy one too.
Bro, where he's
he
performing
does.
in front of the whole world?
Yeah.
Woodstock.
Woodstock.
Was it Woodstock?
No,
Yeah.
what's the other? There's some other
And
ones.
Swiss
I'm
Beats
like,
to this day says he kicks himself because he wasn't the DJ at that time. He was finishing up an album.
Damn.
So he was like, dude, I had to get like someone to replace me.
Yeah. So I'm like, wait, do I have like a modern day version of when Freddie Mercury was playing?
Yeah.
There's some other ones though too.
No, there was another one. Yeah. There's a few,
Yeah.
actually.
And we all know them. So I think now that song is that. Which was, and the story behind that performance was so refreshing.
What
It was like I want to say a week before or something, I had a malfunction on the mic on that exact same song, but it wasn't me. It was like a mic malfunction.
Okay.
So then that was the week
Was that on
later.
TV?
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a week later, singing the exact same song. Oh. Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
So it was almost redemption.
Yeah. But it was fun.
It also just shows two sides of the coin. Just like 1 minute you're just like thinking or maybe harping on this moment, and then the next you're just like on top of the world.
But I just like imperfect. Like I'm not a fan of perfection or perfectionism.
No. Imperfection. That's where the gold is.
Yeah, because
That's where the comedy is. That's where the feeling is, I think. When things go wrong.
That's when stories happen.
Yes.
If everything was, I don't understand.
You have to lose the win, man.
Yeah, I don't like the desire of just. But even in anything, not even just music.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know. Even in like if I watch the movie and every scene he just getting it his way, I'm gonna be like, I'm about to turn this shit off.
Yeah.
You have to see them. You have to see them fall to rise,
Yeah,
right?
I'm about to turn this off.
Nah, for
You
sure.
get the girl. Let me guess.
Let me. Yeah, when things are predictable, it's a turn off.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
100%. When you were a kid, right, puberty strikes and your voice changes and you start to think, you know, the smallest inconvenience as a teenager, you think the world is ending, right?
Yeah.
But enters the Grammy Museum. You found your voice there.
Yeah.
What happened?
So, the songs I would like even try to sing and cover before I was like, when I was like 13, 14. I was in before 8th grade. I was singing them. I would be in the same like register. And then after I graduated, my voice dropped down and I was like, oh.
Uh-oh.
But it wasn't like a drop and then it's like, oh, I know how to sing in this key. It was like all weird.
You have to
all muddy.
relearn?
I have to relearn how to sing. So then I was just like, oh yeah, I don't know how to sing anymore. I'm gonna just move on. But then I just couldn't stop. And but that was like one of the best things to happen because I was able to create essentially just like my own vibe off of all of my influences.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
then
were you shown, though? What were you shown at the museum?
Oh, yeah. So I was there and I wasn't like, I was always privy to just the classic artists, classic soul artists that my mom would play. But the museum would go kind of in depth to like songs and artists I didn't grow up on. Like I didn't grow up on Frank Sinatra, but the museum would tell me about just his whole story. And he was like one of the first baritone singers that I was seeing. Like a lower register, yeah. So I was like, oh, this is a
Fly
thing.
Me to the Moon? Did you hear that?
That type of thing, yeah. I performed that with the museum. Like it was like they celebrated him and his family. So I did it in front of his family.
Wow.
Yeah, Fly Me to the Moon.
Whoa, what was that like? Was it nervous or were you nervous or were you like, well, I didn't really grow up on them, so the pressure's not really there?
Nah, I wasn't nervous. I don't really get nervous if I'm prepared for something. So and we was rehearsing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So no, yeah, and then that's how I decided to, I want to own this baritone sound. I don't hear this at all. So I'm gonna just own it. Yeah. But I did have to accept that some people would probably be like, you know, it might not be what people are accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
So the moment I accepted that, I was just like, all right.
It's on.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure. What's up, Jack?
Does Aki and Saltfish still have your heart?
Jamaican food?
Yeah.
Damn. How y'all getting this stuff?
Giveon, we're fans.
Nah,
we appreciate you.
I haven't had Aki and Saltfish in a minute, but I eat Jamaican food often, like more oxtails and rice and peas.
I recently had the patty. Garcia, what is that? The beef patty?
Oh, the beef patty. Yeah, there was like a beef patty.
I've always said no to it because it looked like an empanada, and I'm loyal. I'm loyal to the empanada. You feel me? I'm Mexican, dog. You feel me? I'm not cheating on the empanada. But bro, I had it, dog. Then I had 3 more, and I was like, yo, these are official. Yeah. Then I had a spicy one that took me to another place.
Yeah. No, Jamaican food is up there with some of my favorite food. Like up there with like Italian.
Yeah.
And
Mexican
Chinese
food too, or no?
Yeah, Mexican food too.
Growing up Eastside Long Beach, I mean, there's tacos every corner, man.
Yeah. So many stands and just like, I'm trying to see if I was eating more Mexican food or more, I think both between Mexican food and Chinese food though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like,
that's
right.
The
same level.
Like the black
Those
and
mom
brown.
and pop stops of like Chinese food places where they just like keep on packing it too,
Yes.
bro.
Oh,
they give you so
best.
much.
And the thing is just breaking
It's
because it
breaking
has so much
Yes,
food.
it's over.
Noodles and stuff is hanging out of it.
No, there was a couple of times where I'm like, this isn't even like good for your business. Like
Y'all losing money.
You're
you
losing
losing
money at this point.
She had to tape. Sometimes they would have to tape it,
That's
like
crazy.
just because it would break the handle that it goes into.
Yeah, yes.
I'm like, yeah, come
Because
on.
it's bulging with food.
Yeah.
You know,
It's insane.
Speaking of food, man, is it true you used to work at a Bubba Gump?
Oh yeah, yeah. For 5 years, the Bubba Gump downtown Long Beach.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And after you got a dog walking business?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not even gonna be surprised by none of these.
Were you on any apps as far as the dog walking business? Were you on WAG?
No, so I went to. No, I hated WAG.
Why?
Cause they take your commissions and all. They take your fees. I'm like,
Damn.
man.
I'm like,
Fees on that.
yeah. I'm like, all right, I got something for you.
Wag, we on your head.
So I went to I like went to FedEx and printed out my own thing.
That's right.
Yep.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, come on.
Let's go.
And put them on the poles. And then
Old school
I had a
with
couple.
it.
Yeah, I was old school. I had a couple dogs, but it was sometimes I'll see other dog walkers,
Yeah.
and I was just like, "What you got going on?
Right.
Like,
Right.
what's up with you?" But then they had like,
So
But-
you approached it a very East Side Long Beach way.
but I just gave them a look though.
Right.
Like
What's
don't.
up, dog?
Yeah.
No,
Like
no.
don't walk over here.
This my block.
This
Yeah.
block is
This my
mine.
block, homie. I serve dogs here.
Yeah. Just keep walking.
Keep walking, my G.
Oh my god.
I see you
Yeah.
got 3 dogs. Don't let that grow to 4. Because I'm coming for you, dog. I need a commission off each dog.
It's a tough business though.
It is real tough, right? And especially if you're walking very expensive dogs. Nowadays, people are getting robbed, shot, and killed
yeah.
for dogs that are not even theirs.
Oh my God.
That's-
I didn't know that.
It's a very scary business.
Oh, I got
Lady
lucky.
Gaga's like dogs got taken from her dog walker.
And recently, too, there was like a little poodle that was taken, and yeah, something
They
happened.
taking dogs?
Yeah, dog,
Yeah.
because it's a big business. Just like catalytic
Granted.
converters, dog. Like, yo, bro,
Yo.
everything's for sale.
But it was like I couldn't even scale my business because they don't feel comfortable with you having someone else walk their dogs. I was like, yo, my little cousin, you know what I mean? He'll come in here, he'll handle it. And then it's just like, who's your cousin? Show him a picture. I'm like, damn, he don't got no normal pictures. He ain't every
throwing
photo.
up
Like,
the east
yeah, I'm
side?
just like, I'm like, bro, you got to get some headshots.
You gotta
It's
get
just
some
him in there
headshots.
like
It's
this.
great.
I'm like, not him. I'm showing pictures from when he was 4.
That's the most normal when you
Yeah. They're like, is that a 4-year-old? I'm like, it's just he got to update it.
He's grown up, trust me.
Oh my god.
He
So
gotta
you tried to
update
bring on employees, but it didn't
because
work.
I didn't want to go into every house every time. So
Oh, damn.
yeah.
Back to Bubba Gump. You had to wear the suit,
Oh, yeah.
too, right? You had to
Yeah, I
wear
wore
the suit.
I did everything there.
Man.
I wore the shrimp suit. I served and I was a host.
That's right.
Yeah, and I was bad at all of them.
That's right.
Yeah, I was the worst server ever. Like I could have a table there for an hour, and I'll probably see them one time.
Ooh, that's, yeah,
Yeah,
come on,
I'll be
bro.
like, why am I forgetting something? I'm like, I'm in the back just chilling. I'm like, today is going too like good.
Meanwhile,
Then
there's
I'm
a
like,
family of
it's
6.
a couple of tables. I hit the corner of the restaurant on fire.
So, yo, your tips were low.
No, they still was tipping me though.
Nah.
I think it's just like,
It's because you're good looking, dog.
but do you tip bad if the service is bad?
So we had this conversation literally
Tell
yesterday on
him,
air.
Jack, tell him. Because Nico goes off of vibes.
He goes
That's
off
how
of
he
vibes.
tips.
He's a very much
can't.
vibe person.
You a
And-
10% vibe.
Like literally, I can talk shit about him because he's my fiance. So literally, when we go to a restaurant, he goes in with like, if he sees a server and like the name tag says Matt, he's like, "Hey, what's up, Matt?" And Matt doesn't respond. Bro, he is not leaving Matt a tip.
Damn.
He goes off of vibes.
Oh yeah, I would have been broke with you.
probably.
Yeah, but I think it's like I look at it different now that I'm a server. Before I don't even know how I would tip before. But being a server, I approach it like, because I don't even know how their day is. Because sometimes I'll have
True.
like a rough day.
But don't you have to split the tips, too, with the kitchen, the people in the back?
Oh yeah, exactly. But you split off of a percentage of what you get or something. So it's not like, you do.
Yeah.
So when you at the restaurant, how are you giving a tip?
I just
Today.
like the percentage.
Yeah.
I'm like 20, 25.
That's
I'm not.
okay.
You're not gonna really see
Standard.
me on no videos like he gave me $10,000. I'm like, nah.
That's not you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's not give you up.
I don't know if I'm gonna do that for you.
Did you learn any Spanish from the homies in the kitchen?
Yeah, but just specific kitchen stuff. So
Ah.
I can't use it in the real world. Like,
Or like-
necesito manos de la cocina.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I need hands in the kitchen. Ain't nothing else I could use that
Bad
for.
words, too, though, no?
Yeah, but I knew them from a kid.
Yeah. Long Beach.
Yeah.
What's your favorite, like, Spanish bad word?
I don't know. I don't really cuss. Unless I only use like a couple cuss words. Like, can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just say like shit
Mm-hmm.
because I like to say shit.
There's no pinche cabron or pinche mamon.
Nah, but I could start though.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
No, I'll put you on to a few words. man.
Yeah, yeah.
What was that? Was that something that was like instilled by you by like family or something that you don't cuss as much as?
Now,
the
my
regular
mom
person?
would say not cuss because she didn't want us to, but I still cuss. I kind of just say the same 2 words though. Like shit and fuck.
Shit's a good one.
Yeah, it's like,
Motherfucker's a good one too.
yeah, like
I love that one. How do you feel about singing competition shows?
singing competition shows. I mean, I think any show that displays anyone's like talent or craft and it adds to just the overall idea of music is cool, because I'm pretty sure there's a kid watching that who wants to sing now just because they seen that show.
Mm-hmm.
And some big groups came out of that. Like even like what's it, X Factor?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Isn't like One Direction from there?
Yeah.
From the UK. one.
Yeah. Jennifer Hudson from American Idol, Kelly Clarkson, Ruben Studdard.
Huge talent.
Yeah. So, but I wonder like what happens behind. I don't know what happens behind the scenes. Like, hopefully it's like everyone's just learning and being treated fairly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
100%.
unless it's something sketchy, like they just back there mean or something.
For views,
Yeah, or something like that.
just tearing dreams down. Could you see yourself as a coach or a judge?
Not right now, but I could maybe just like
I could see it
later
because
on.
you're honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be like, but then I'm honest, but I'm sensitive.
Most honest
Yeah.
people are very sensitive.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I got something to tell you, but I wouldn't want to tell them because I know how I would react to it.
That's
Nah,
what Pisces
100%.
do.
Oh,
I would
yeah,
be very
probably.
passive
That's what
about it.
Pisces do.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, you killed it.
You killing it.
You get no votes. I'll be on a voice like this. You know how they turn it?
Yeah.
I'm like, you were amazing. I want you on my team, and my back is to him.
Like, I don't want to look at you, dog, because I'm lying.
And I didn't. I'm not turning around. I will literally be like, man, I wish I could like turn and pick you.
Right. I just can't.
I can't. Something's like,
The motor is stuck in the
Yeah.
chair.
But keep doing your thing.
keep doing you,
your thing.
man. Man,
You.
something not working.
You're gonna make it.
You got it.
You got it.
Got it.
Yo, really quick, Garcia. I know his Tyler cover is. We've been talking about that in here in the
Earthquake?
studio. Yeah, dog.
yeah,
we
yeah.
found out when we were doing our notes.
Bro.
and I was like, yo, I never knew he did that, man. And that was impressive. Are you a fan of his and his just not just his work, but the way he conducts himself in business and everything else?
Tyler, oh yeah, I love Tyler the Creator. I think I love also artists who know how to package everything so cohesively, because I was always just like singing and writing, and then once I got more so on this side, I realized how much work that takes. So now I have a whole different respect for it. Like, you put a lot of work into that. So
No, for sure.
yeah,
He just continues to elevate. Like it's he's
Well,
not slowing down.
yeah, he doesn't
Could
slow.
slow down after Igor. You know what I mean? If he wanted
And it's all so many outside just projects that he do as well. I'm like, he has a lot of like,
I think
Vision
he's
and
working
energy.
still towards his masterpiece.
mm.
I don't know if we've seen it yet.
No, yeah, I think he's still, there's a peak to be had. And I think a lot of artists are that way too, because it's like sometimes it takes one shift of something to just be, all the inspiration starts to fall out. Because it's an inspiration-based thing, I think, too. And kind of who you have around you that would be inspiring you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yo, 20s, really quick. Your perspective or her perspective?
Written from?
Yeah,
Mine.
yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but there's two sides, right, to every story.
Oh, yes. I was saying something earlier to where it's like, because I can write very specific and people will still feel like they know exactly what's happening, but they'll just be like, oh, yeah, I can tell this is a real thing.
Yeah.
I'm now aware that because the songs get big, some of these songs get really big, and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So I had to dial back how specific some of these songs are.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how many versions of like this song would you say is of 20s are there?
It's like I went back in to write this like probably like 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but when I tell you it was getting too specific, I played it for a homie. He was like, "Is this?" I'm like, "How you know?"
Is this about such and such?
Yeah. I'm like, "How you know?"
Like, dog, she's gonna know it's about her, bro.
I'm
You
like,
getting
said-
sued.
You said her social security. On
Oh shit.
Put her number and her address out there. It's
Like, yo, her
crazy
mom's
work.
maiden name is in the song.
So, but then I'm just aware that it's just my perspective, and
Sure.
some of them they don't have their they can't tell their side of the story specifically to this. Not that I'm saying names; they don't have to tell their side of the story.
Yeah.
But I'll just try to keep it fair.
Nah, for sure. Yo, thank you for your time. We
No,
appreciate
thank
it, bro.
you.
We
This is
understand that
amazing.
you're an interview critic, right? Self-proclaimed. So criticize this interview if you can.
Hate it. I think everything was wrong. I think it's hot in here.
It is hot. It is
That I
hot
will
in here.
give you. That I will give you.
No,
It's
There's a
fucking
weird
hot
smell in here. I can't pinpoint the smell.
No, I love it. I'm surprised it's over already, to be honest.
Really?
That was. It can be over, but I had a great time. Like
You're not telling me to keep going, right?
I'm saying it like
Just saying.
it flew by. It was supernatural.
Well, good.
Yeah.
It was a great conversation.
No, thank you.
Man, Giveon, we appreciate you.
Thank
man.
you.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Here at the Cruz Show, Real 92.3.